Hello.
Hi.
BP Hero Podcast number 8.
Yep.
Always have to ask you. I should really
You should really do more about
do
this.
some research.
Don't put it all on me.
I like orange juice.
Not sponsored.
It is sponsored by Evil Sports. Be sure and head over, check out their BP balls, their game balls. It's all pretty good stuff.
Are we gonna be using their game balls next weekend?
We sure are for the home runs for heroes.
Man, of course we are. Because you know why? Best softballs this side of Mississippi. They don't put that on their softballs, but they should.
They used to put like best damn ball period or something like that on there. But somebody probably got offended by that.
Bobby, you should just put something different. Like, you should just put softballs, cuz.
No, now it's This Sucker Flies. He puts that on some of them.
Yeah.
And
I like the skull and crossbones.
yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a pretty good one, yeah.
But he says like This Sucker Flies, and then there's always the politically correct person that says, well, you shouldn't say that. It should be Flies, F-L-I-E-S. It's just a big debate on how it's spelled on the ball. You should really go over and check that out, evilsports.com. He can spell it however he wants. It's his ball. Just throwing that out there.
You know, he could take his ball and just go home.
Yeah.
He could.
But if he's going to go home, he needs to send about 20 dozen here before he goes.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Oh, man.
This podcast setup tonight isn't ideal. We're back in the kitchen with the microphone on top of the camera. Technology sucks and I don't know how to use it. So this is what we're left dealing with until I can buy like the fancy little audio mixer, and we'll have like our headphones and all that jolly stuff. So until then, this is what you're going to get. And if you don't like it, am I pointing the right way? I'm probably not. I'm just not even going to point that way in case I get it wrong. There's an X at the top right of your screen. You can click on that if you don't like it, but we'd prefer that you didn't.
Man, I don't like the direction you're going with this so far. Like, you were just like out for keeps.
And not necessarily out for keeps, just like making my point. If you don't like it, don't click on it. Don't trip. I got this guy. He's like a big fan of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Like every video I post, just a thumbs down and you suck. You can't hit a ball 320. I love it. See, he makes it a point. Have you not seen this? Have you not seen any of his comments?
Man, no. Like,
it's funny. Like I never claimed to be a long haul bomber. My videos aren't a tryout to go play with Resmondo next year.
please, who wants to go play with Resmondo when they can go play with Smash It? Am I right?
Man, if any of you guys been watching the major games, I'm telling you, tonight was not good for Resmondo.
Resmondo fell flat on the face.
It was like 39-9 or something like that. It was not good. But that's not saying anything that they're not a team. They just had an off game. I mean, it happens to everyone. They just picked a bad time of the year to do it. They'll be in the losers bracket. What the hell? What'd you click on?
I didn't click on anything.
I don't know. They'll be in
I went to page 2.
Oh, they'll be in the losers bracket, and as to be expected, I'm sure they'll make a big run out of there. But anyway, back on topic. I never claimed to be a long haul bomber.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't a conference tryout.
Mm-hmm.
This is just some fat guy that likes softball bats way too much, and he likes taking videos.
Mm-hmm.
That's all this is. So the joke's on you, big dog, because you're clicking on my videos, so you're just helping me out. You probably don't even watch this because there's nothing to troll here. So regardless, if you see him commenting on something, just go ahead and let him know that we appreciate him stopping in.
Man, there's like so much heat coming from like this side over. Like, I'm just here tonight so I don't get fined.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, nope, all the fines. I want all of them.
Bring them on to this side of the table.
Man.
But I don't know. I wanted to get that out.
I guess so.
Like he doesn't bother me. He's fat. He can't run. Okay. Thanks. I didn't already know that.
Yeah, they didn't talk about that about me because I'm pretty quick, man.
Dave is pretty quick.
I get bags.
Yeah, get bagged for days.
That's right. Tell the people what's new.
Man, we got all kinds of stuff. If you have not went over and checked out the Anarchy bat, go check that out. It's on the channel. I did a little bit of a teaser that did some like initial swings, and then I did a final review. What I wanted to do was basically just like you guys not miss a swing on the bat. But it got in a little bit of a time crunch. They needed the bat back for a demo. So we just kind of had to make the best of, not I wouldn't say a bad situation. I was happy to have the bat, but just a rush situation. I put about 200 swings on it, mostly with 52s, and there was guys saying they're getting 2,000 swings out of some of these prototypes, and they're still going. So I wanted to see what it would do with some 44s. So I was going to put a couple rounds on it with some 44s and some BP rockets, but I didn't get the chance. So our final video was with 52s and Classic M's. Me and my buddy Nick went out and got some swings on it. So you can go over and check that out. I did like that bat quite a bit. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. They didn't pay me anything. They didn't give me any bats. They didn't give me anything. They reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to swing their bat. I said, sure, why not? And they got a pretty good little stick there. I wish you could have got a chance to swing it.
How big was the barrel on it?
12 and a half.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have liked it.
No, that is true. Sometimes you can just get over it and swing it anyway.
It looked nice. It was pretty. It was white.
It's dope. One thing that man, we're just going to go from like one or the other. Actually, no, we're not. We'll get into it here in a minute. We're going to talk about some wood bat softball. Yeah. But anyway, stuff that's new and coming. I got the dual stamp, the POW MIA boom bar. I got it coming. It's actually.
Well, that one Nick's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of you probably saw the Facebook Live video from that. I didn't realize how little, the narrow the shot would be on that. I wish I'd have known. I'd have probably did something different. But regardless, that's on there until I get the review done. Then I'll take it off because you can't see a whole lot on there anyway. Got all kinds of games on here. Got the Miken 2-piece Psycho. I got a review up on this year's model of that. Got ASA State, D-State games. Got the silver. That's it. I think we mentioned that in the last podcast. But it's all done. It's all finished up.
Mm-hmm.
We're still working on putting out some league games. Got an update of the Canadian Psycho.
No, you've already missed the big one.
I'm getting there. Quit yelling at me. And probably, I'm telling you something. I've been playing softball for about 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Top 10, one of the dopest things I've ever done. Had nothing to do with a softball field. I got a chance to steal about a half an hour of Don Cooper's time. Don Cooper is the vice president at Combat Sports. I knew, we'd covered in. Actually, I don't think we did. I can't remember. Did we cover that they were going out of business and they were in our last podcast?
Mm-hmm.
We did, yes. We did. So I had a chance to sit down and chat with him about that, as well as, who's Don Cooper, and what he kind of means to the softball world, what he means to the combat world. Any of you softball fans, guys, if you remember the combatants, you remember him being active on there and all that stuff. And we talked about a lot of stuff. I was surprised of how willing he was to talk about, some of the conference topics. Like there's people saying that the Classic M's are way too hot, or maybe it's the bats that are too hot. And he really weighed in on that with a pretty interesting outlook, and he answered a lot of questions about, the future of combat, what's coming for the brand as far as returns. Everybody's in a tizzy about returns. So there's, he answers questions about all that stuff too. It's pretty cool. To be able to get a half an hour of his time to do just a little phone interview even meant a lot to me. I've looked up to that guy for a long time. So for him to take the time to talk to me was pretty awesome. Probably like one of the top 5 dopest softball things I've ever done.
Hold on. Did you do it from this kitchen counter or this kitchen table?
Oh, man, I was over there on that desk.
Oh man.
Why?
I was gonna say I almost thought I was in like the same space as Don Cooper, and that was gonna be like a lot to take in.
Were you gonna lay on the table?
That's nice. This is what's like.
That's going on the thumbnail for the video. You going? Let's see. We got the 2016 Worth Resmondo dual stamp, or ASA NSA.
Dual
Might as well
stamp.
call it a dual stamp. Yeah, we got that on there. We're kind of flying by the seat of our pants for this one. Gabe's been working a lot lately. He's a working man. I have not been working a lot. Just kind of how the cookie crumbles with my work schedule.
Same with mine, except my cookie doesn't crumble. It just gets bigger and bigger.
I have the Combat Assault G5.
Is that
the 2-piece?
Is that what I bought from you?
Mm-hmm.
That is?
Yeah.
Okay. I bought a bat.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
I did that once.
Oh, hey. Tell a story.
The story from earlier?
I don't care what you tell.
Okay, I'll tell a story about my kid because he's funny. So he just started daycare this week because my wife has gone back to work. She took, I don't know the best way to word it. Like, she took some time off to start a business with her mom, and it turned out really well. And then they decided that they didn't want to do that anymore, so now they're not doing it. So my kiddo started school this week, and he has been a whole ball of fire since then. His first day was pretty rough on him because he's not used to not having mom around all the time with him. So Katie's boss, my wife, her boss, saw her and Jack leaving for the day, and she asked Jack, she goes, "Jack, did you have a good day? Are you going to come back and see us tomorrow?" And Jack looked at her and plain as day went, no. And they just walked out like he was already over school. Today makes day 4, and I think things are going fine with him. But anyways, there's the story.
Yeah,
All right.
thanks.
Hey, man.
Thanks for the story. Back to the podcast.
Yeah, what's up?
One, you talk about buying bats. Mm-hmm. You need to go away. It's talking to the dog. Talk about buying bats. Man, I dude it. Thanks to my buddy, Nate Cunningham.
I hadn't seen it in person yet.
New and Rapper, D2E Psycho. I've been gaming one of these for a better part of the year.
Who'd you buy yours from?
This guy named... Dude, pick a spot. This guy named Dave.
Because I didn't like it for some reason.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you didn't like it, but hey, your loss is my game.
It sure is.
And been swinging the dookie out of it, and I had a chance to buy a New and Rapper for ridiculous cheap. So I did it. Pretty proud of that. And then, tonight, because I've said this has been coming in like the last 10 podcasts, I think, the ASA Flex. The the new technology with their Flex composite or whatever, supposed to be way hotter out of the wrapper. This is used, but I mean we'll see what it's all about. Gonna get some swings in with that too. So, did you want to touch it?
No, I just want to see the weight.
Oh, it's a 26.
Is it progressive inload?
Yes and no. Supposedly there's still progressive inload, but they don't market it as such, which is a great move.
Mm-hmm. Because people get scared when they see that number.
Oh my God, this bat's got a 2-ounce inload. I can't swing it. Well, don't ever stop and think that maybe they redistributed the weight in the rest of the bat so it doesn't swing like a sledgehammer.
You are all kinds of worked up over something tonight. We're going to get to the bottom of this.
I'm going to fire off a couple rants too, I think.
Whoa.
I know, right?
I wasn't even prepared for that.
I wasn't either, but I just got to thinking about it on the way back in the door.
Oh, man.
You know what makes me mad? When someone sends me... don't get me wrong. Let me start with this. Let me get a drink.
Let me get to a comfortable spot so I can get prepared for this.
Another popcorn.
I might get some poutine eating popcorn.
I don't understand why someone buys a bat and then asks how it is. Don't you think that's something you would look up before you bought it? Or you traded for it? Don't you think you would do even just like this much research to find out if it's a good bat or not?
I'm just waiting to hear the story behind this.
There's not really a story. I mean, you see people posting in like the Facebook groups and on Softball Fans, like, just pick this up. What's the reviews on it? If you didn't know if you didn't know if it was any good or not, then why'd you get it?
Okay.
Or like, I've even had people reach out to me. I picked up this bat and I think it's good. What do you think about it? If you think it's good, I mean, what's it matter?
Well, because you're the BP hero.
Touche. I'll give you that. But why do you need thoughts on I don't know. I guess I get what you're saying, but like my side of it is, why do you need to know if the bat's any good or not if you say it's good?
You're not the game swing hero for a reason, man. You're the BP hero.
Yeah, dog. You put me in a game, you might as well plan on. I'm just telling you right now, it never happens. BP hero does not hit in games. That's why he's a BP hero. Everybody thinks, you know what? Another thing that makes me mad.
I'm just gonna sit back.
Like, I walk up to the plate. This guy takes a ton of BP. And arguing your point. But that doesn't mean I'm just going to walk up there and sneeze and get a base hit. 'Cause I'm going to tell you something. I don't hit very well in games. I hit good in BP. In my opinion, I hit good. I'm obviously not up to don't trip standards, but in my opinion, I hit well in BP. But I just, for whatever reason, I can't translate it to a game. I'm too afraid to make it out. I go with, oh, thanks. I go with, what's comfortable for me, which a lot of times is middle or maybe a little bit of 4-hole. But it's like, I didn't hit a home run or I didn't hit a laser for a base hit, and people are like, oh, you're the BP hero. You can't take a walk, or, you know what? But anyway.
Man.
Well, just getting this out. We don't have much to go off of.
We had plenty to go off of.
Well, I'm just kind of letting her fly.
I guess so. I wasn't even prepared.
I know, but you know what story I thought you were going to tell earlier?
What?
The story you were talking about earlier.
Let me set the stage for you.
Yes. My favorite story, guys.
It was a small town tournament. It was a fundraiser. I was playing on a team. We had just lost the first championship game, so now we're into the if game. Bottom of the 7th, game's tied. It's co-ed. The guy walks. The girl gets to take the base behind him. The guy that was pitching for us at the time was struggling a little bit, having some control issues. So this gentleman walks into the box. Our pitcher pitches ball number 1. We're at a 2-1 count. He pitches ball number 2. We're at a 3-1 count. Well, our pitcher goes to heave-ho another one in there, and the batter says to himself, you know what? Today, I'm not taking a walk. So he cuts loose a nice little dry swing, just enough so we all get the pitcher. Guess what? That's a strike. So now we have a full count. Mind you, if he just takes the base, it's runners on first and second. So had he have done that, it would have been runners on first and second, another guy up to bat. It wouldn't have been that terribly hard to probably find a way to sneeze him in at that point.
Right.
So it's a full count, and he says, you know what? I'm going to be the hero tonight, and I'm going to win this game for us. He hits a lazy pop fly to the infield. They end up getting out of the inning with this many more runs. We come up the next inning. We take the lead. We win the game.
Yes. Yes.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is small town softball in a nutshell.
The moral of the story here, kids, don't be a hero. Be a team player.
Take a walk if you need to.
Let me tell you something. If that guy takes that walk, who's going to remember that he took that walk in a week? Or if that guy gets the hit, wins the game, who's going to remember if that guy got that hit? Somebody's going to say, well, who hit that? Well, I don't remember, but they know who won the game because you play for the team on the front, not the name on the back.
Man.
Well,
You got a lot of heat tonight. I don't know what I did to deserve this by just showing up.
I'm not going off on you.
I know, man, but I'm just like GBA right now.
It's just like I'm just like backed up because like
Never make that face and that motion again. I'm just backed up.
well, that was the whole point of it. It's like Dave's been working and stuff and been ready to podcast for like ever. So this is what you get. You
Sorry.
just hit like a bottleneck of
I'm sorry, everyone, that I've been trying to be responsible. Sorry.
responsibilities for the birds. By the way, we talked earlier, the Resmondo game. The final score of that game was 38-11. Resmondo just got a good shellacking.
Uh-oh.
What you got?
That Backman smash game is going to be pretty good.
So we're sitting here looking at the bracket. The major World Series is this weekend. Conference World Series and all that is this weekend.
Was for the fallen
don't know.
military team that got in?
I believe so, yes.
Since they're no longer a major team?
Right.
Okay.
But anyway, that's all going on this weekend. You can head over to Conference UTrip, or what is it, UTrip Live, utriplive.com. And
Sorry, USSSA, so that's U, 3 S's, and an A, live.com. I just want people to make sure they get it right. That way they're not trying to type in UTrip Live and they don't get it. Scroll down for me, please.
is that a bug on the wall over there?
Will you scroll
Is
down
that
for
a
me,
bug on
please?
the wall over there?
Will you please scroll
Is
down?
that a bug on the wall? Okay, so anyway.
I was terrified of what was going to happen. Will you scroll down, please?
Looking at the bracket.
Where's the team that I'm looking for?
I don't know. Who are you looking for?
I'll think of their name in just a second. The team that the dynamic softball guy, you always have to tell me with his name.
Oh, the Scene.
Yeah. Where are they at?
They are.
Are they already out?
No. I believe so. No, because I saw them playing this afternoon.
Oh, up.
Yeah.
Oh, they're playing 3rd Street. That'll be a good game.
Yeah, yeah. I tell you what, was it? Yeah, it was 3rd Street and 3rd Street New Breed. That was a pretty good game to watch this morning.
26-24.
Mm-hmm. It was back and forth. 3rd Street pulled away, and New Breed made a game out of it.
Who plays on New Breed that I would recognize quickly? While you're looking that up, last weekend was the AA Worlds, and I sent Jesse a screenshot of someone semi-local that was playing in it, Mike Brown.
Mm-hmm.
He's out of Kansas City. He got MVP at a tournament.
A Worlds.
A single A Worlds, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't watch a ton of like his games and stuff. I just know that he's someone local. I saw him standing in the batter's box, and that totally blew me away.
How far off the plate he was?
No, how far up the box he was.
Oh, well, I mean, some of them guys like to get him high.
Man, he was really far up in the box. Look, if you can hit that many home runs and you can hit at that level, I don't care what you do because you're obviously doing something better than the rest of us.
Anyway, back to the New Breed guys. Some of the names that I do recognize: Donovan Pokraka. He used to be a long haul bomber for DeMarini. Let's see who else we got here. We got Jeff Flood. He played with Combat last year, I believe.
That's right.
If I'm not mistaken. Then Adam Rockoff. I want to say that maybe he was a long haul bomber too. Someone can correct me on that if they want to. But there's a lot. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. There's a lot of good games on there, so be sure and check those out. They will be posted on USSSA's YouTube channel later on, so you can be sure and check them out if you haven't already. Is they're playing on the live feed. Pretty cool stuff.
It is nice. The one thing that I like about it is you can have the game up in the main player, and then it's got a side player, so, so you can have 2 games going at once.
And you can even switch the sound back and forth between the two.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I usually pull it up on the TV and then like do woman stuff around the house.
I don't get that luxury. Work's been a little crazy here lately.
Yeah, well, that's why we're podcasting once every other month and a half.
I haven't had time to even play softball.
I didn't say you did.
Tonight was the first time that I had played in games in a month.
Been a minute.
When did the summer league end? Probably been a month ago, right?
I think it was like 2 potatoes ago.
Okay.
So
pretty long time. That's all right though. We're gonna make it up this next weekend. Home Runs for Heroes right around the corner. Saw the final number at 30 for the lower.
The 30 for the lower. I think they were at 12 for the upper.
And they shut down it tonight. I saw a
Today,
Facebook.
today, whatever.
Right. I saw a post that they were shutting it down. Did they get enough for the women's?
I'm not sure. They were 5 teams in. So I think we've talked about Home Runs for Heroes before. I don't care. I'm going to talk about it again because I love this tournament. Raise money for the honor flight. Takes veterans out to see the memorials in Washington. Haven't missed it yet, and I'm not going to again this year. We're playing the lower for men's, and then the lower for co-ed on Sunday.
Oh, you playing with Brian? That'd be nice.
So playing the lower from Sunday. I'm going to try and vlog a little bit. Every time I try and vlog, I always mess something up. But I actually vlogged this tournament last year just with my phone. And it came out okay. I know some people have been watching it, but I'm going to try and get some vlogging of that. Obviously going to try and record a bunch of games. And, man, I can't wait for that tournament. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can tell you that right now. They have a women's division as well this year. They won at 6 teams, and I think they've got at least 5 so far. So if you're watching this and you're somewhat local and you know a women's team or some women that would want to get together and play, throw them up there. Let them know that, looking for one more team and then they can get that thing going. They can get this mother going. I'm going to look for that innuendo in every podcast for the rest of my life.
I won't do what I want to do.
Oh, man. So anyway, I think that's enough of that. I promised the guys here on Facebook, and I would also put this on YouTube, that we were going to do... Oh, man. Ben had his baby. Look at that. We were just talking about that. that we were going to do a little bit of live Q&A with the BP Hero here. So we're just going to go ahead and fire it up.
I've never seen this done before, so I'm taking notes.
That's what we did last time.
Right, but I didn't see you fire it up. Like, I don't know how you...
Well, you know one thing we need to talk about first? That wood bat tournament. You know what? No, I'm going to go ahead and fire this up. I guess I got to do it from... Man, I played the wood bat tournament last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That's something. I'm going to tell you. That's the first wood bat tournament I ever played in. I've played, like, Indian ball with a wood bat and stuff like that, but I've never played a legitimate wood bat tournament. It's an adjustment. I'll say that. You don't have...
Did you actually have a wood bat, or did you have a corn dog?
I had a corn dog. But...
Whose corn dog was it? Just one that they provided?
Yeah, I don't know. It was sitting there, so I swung it because I didn't have one.
What weight was it?
They don't make them in weights. I mean,
Oh, they don't?
I'm going to double check that so I don't speak out
I
of
could have
turn.
sworn they made those in like a weight.
But I believe that it's like you just buy one and you get one.
That can't be right.
Well, because I mean, it's a wood bat. There's no way to regulate the weight on it. So some of them come in at like 27. Some of them come in at 30. Let's see what it says. Yeah, see, it doesn't say anything about what weight you want.
Wow.
Yeah. Because, I mean, think about it. They can't control.
Why can't you?
Because, I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to add some inload to a wood bat?
Well, you ought to be able to know
You're
how
going
much
to cork
the
it?
wood... You ought to be able to know how much the wood's going to weigh.
But how do you vary it?
What do you mean how you vary it?
Like, if this bat weighs 27 and you want it to weigh 28, what are you going to do? Are you going to go put it back in the ground and let it grow an inch? Then it's too long. But anyway, I swung the corn dog mainly because I was terrified of burning my hands with a wood bat.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's an adjustment. We hit some stadium balls. That's one thing I do want to do is get my hands on a wood bat and figure out if it would be better to hit a 52 core ball, which can be hit well with just about anything, or hitting a stadium ball, which is something hard. I'd be really interested to see the results there. Everybody there was hitting I pitched all day, and everybody there was hitting Classic M's and stadium balls. I want to see the difference between the two. Just to see if because to me, like if you can get a little bit of a cut on a 52, in my opinion, it would work better. What do you guys think? You got any experience with that? Comment down below.
This is blowing me away right now.
Right, but it was a lot more defensive than a traditional game. Balls don't get through gaps. They get plays made on them and this and that.
Was Dax playing short?
Dax was not there. Leighton was playing short. They had Danny in the outfield.
Donnie!
But anyway, man, it was an adjustment. You go from swinging, whatever it is, the psycho. You go from swinging the psycho pretty much all year, relying on that thing to just pretty much put a bullet through someone. Then you got to pick up this wood bat and hope you get it through the infield in a timely manner. It was fun though. Like I said, it was a lot more defensive than.
What was the highest scoring game?
I think that actually we had the most runs that I saw was put up against us. Ironically, I played with a really good hitting team. I mean, these kids always hit, and I think we mustered up maybe. I don't think we scored 20 runs in 4 games. But I think the high score we had.
So it was recording again.
Yeah, we were using his camera.
Well, yeah, but it's still the same type of camera.
Technicalities we'll talk about later. I don't know where that cut off. Wood bat tournaments are fun. A lot of defense. This camera, back to that technology thing I was talking about. This camera is so dope, but the government and their regulations on cameras. You can't record for so long. Now hear me out. This is serious. If it records for so long, then it's considered a professional grade camera. So that's why it cuts off. So, don't know what you missed. Hope you didn't miss a bunch. We're just going to dive right into some Facebook Live. Dave, how many hits did you have tonight in the 2 games? Did you just get one at bat that last game?
Mm-hmm.
So last week, We scored 4 runs in 2 games. Well, we were just killing it. We obviously lost both of those games. Came out tonight, put up 14 in the first one, thinking, a step in the right direction. And then we got goose egged. Was it 15-0?
Yes, I batted last for both games, and the second game, I made the last out of the game for our team.
In the second game?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that.
Because you got on base that inning, and that's what caused all the problems. 2 cameras going at one time. I wondered if you put them in front of each other, if there'd be like some kind of weird vortex.
Yeah, the vortex. That's what they call that. You ever seen somebody do that with like the pictures in the mirror and stuff?
Did I ever tell you about the time that Katie's dad got super drunk out there at their old house?
Oh dear.
And him and I was trying to show him how to take a picture because he had just gotten his iPhone, and we both had our cameras up, and he was so skunked. He was like, "Oh man, is this going to create some like wormhole or something?" It's like, Eric, you need to calm down, buddy.
Wormhole.
He was. I think he was into the Jack Daniels that night.
Nothing wrong with that.
Little Jack and Coke, maybe.
Yeah. I guess we could get some vodka for this. Screwdriver.
I never saw what that said. That's nice.
What's that?
It tells you what it's doing.
Oh yeah. There's people commenting on it too. There's one person watching, but they haven't asked any questions yet. It's probably my wife in the other room.
True thoughts on end load. I swing Easons with 5-ounce end load and combats with 1.5 ounces of end load. I can't tell the difference. Is it just marketing gimmick?
Get him. I already talked about it earlier.
Jesse's got this huge theory on the whole end load thing. Oh man, my wife's gonna come in here and crash this. Jesse's big on the end load. He loves it. The more the better. He thinks it is just a marketing gimmick more than anything else. There's no need to put the number on there. If you hide the number, people aren't ever going to know that it's such a big deal. You don't have to advertise the fact that it's 5 ounces of end load. Just swing the bat.
Okay, get out of my way,
I'm
dummy.
gonna slide back over. All right, cut him loose with the end load thing.
Okay, so I talked about it earlier in the podcast. What would you turn that for?
I didn't. I bumped the table.
Oh. So I talked about this earlier in the podcast when we were talking about the flex. Whoever it's over there. Just because it says 5 ounces of end load doesn't mean that there is literally 5 ounces of end load and the rest of the bat's the same as another one. They're going to distribute the weight throughout the bat to make it swing a little easier. It's like common logic would tell you that, you would think, but people are just like, oh God, 3 ounce end load, can't swing that. I can tell by, you saying you swing an Easton with a 5 ounce end load. That tells me you swing 30s in that. You must swing a 28 in a combat. It's just because of the way to distribute it differently. Really, all there is about that.
My wife's really crashing this right now, and I'm not a huge fan of that. She starts there.
Cheese curls or cheese balls? Ooh,
Curls.
curls. Definitely curls.
And she said it wrong anyway. It's supposed to be, hey man, cheese puffs or cheese balls? All right, later, Tater. That's how she was supposed to do it, and she didn't.
Do ladies love the extra end load? Well, of course. You hit dingers. What do you think about dual stamps? I think dual stamps are good.
I don't mind them.
Not opposed to them.
If you're on a budget and you need something for everything, why not? And you can get some pretty good ones. Combat, what was
Chase puffs. Sorry.
What was the one that I had?
Which?
The dual stamp?
Oh, the grinder.
Yeah, it was really good. Really good bat.
When somebody asks me about a dual stamp bat, usually I suggest a combat. Generally speaking, I suggest a combat or DeMarini. In my opinion, they make 2 of the better performing dual stamps. I'm not saying that other companies don't make good dual stamps, because they do. Already answered that, Seth. Because they do make good dual stamps. But they seem to own the market when it comes to that stuff right now. DeMarini's got the Future. Mm-hmm. I know that's a pretty popular one for them. And then, Combat has the Grinders. They make all kinds of dual stamps. A dual stamp is a good bat. I don't know where the misconception starts with that, but here to tell you, I've gamed the dual stamp. Would do it again if I had the opportunity. I'm just in love with these Psychos right now. Let's see, I have the Canadian Chris Grinder. I didn't know there was a Canadian Chris Grinder. That's interesting. Let's see. Oh, there's Mike. Oh, and the dually. Yeah, sorry, Nick. We're talking about dual stamps. The dually. The Boomba Boss dually.
3.0?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Is another good one. Who hits more dingers, Jesse or Coach Kent Murphy? Obviously, Coach Kent Murphy. And Dan, you will get your shirt back whenever I give it back to you. That's what you get for leaving it at my house for 7 months.
Oh.
What bat were you using when you went bridge tonight, Jesse? I'm going to assume...
Is bridge some slang term that the hip young kids are using these days?
Is that a threat? I'm assuming you're talking about the home run I hit. And that would be the Psycho, of course, because we can't get enough of those.
Who do you all have winning the Worlds?
Backman.
Yep. Is this Backman's tournament to lose by far. They've been the team to beat since after Vegas. Because Smash It won Vegas again this year, and they looked really good. And then the health bug bit them bad.
Here's the deal with them, though. They look a lot better.
Oh, a lot better now.
Smash It looks a lot better now that they've gotten their full crew back.
What was the final score to the... What was that? The conference championship that's on U-Trip's YouTube page that I sent you the link for the other night? That CBS Sports...
I don't remember the score.
But Smash It got handed, didn't they?
Want to say so? Yes.
Yeah.
But the deal with Backman, man, they're good top to bottom. They've got so many good hitters, and once they get rolling, Train's going to come through and bomb this. But once they get rolling, man, they're hard to stop. There's no other way around it. But I will say that Smash It has looked a lot better at the conference championship. So I kind of got...
I think Smash It will give them a good run, but I still think it's Backman's tournament to lose. You're getting behind here. You got a handful up.
I am getting behind. What about Rosmondo? I'm not saying Rosmondo...
They've got to fight out of the losers bracket now. That's a tough pill to swallow.
They got to fight out of the losers bracket, and just they can never seem to get Backman's number.
How many times have they faced each other this year?
A bunch. Seems like it. And they're always good games to watch, but it seems like Backman usually comes out on top. This, in my opinion, they've got the team to beat right now. That's just all there is to that.
Keep going. Damon had a long one.
Damon says, I want to buy the Louisville Slugger Pro Flare glove for next year's Gamer. Please elaborate on why I shouldn't. A, flared gloves look goofy. And B...
It's not a Vinci.
Okay, C...
It's not a Vinci.
No. Like, if your glove is flared at the top, so you go to put the two sides of the glove together, and they're all flared, you got glove not touching, which means your glove is not closed. That's my...
It's not a Vinci, and I really wish that was a sponsored plug, because that would make my life so much better.
That would be pretty dope. Oh, true thoughts on going middle on a pitcher.
I saw that happen tonight by total accident, and he almost got dead.
Yeah, he did almost get dead.
He almost got dead.
Man, I'm going to tell you something. That young man hits the ball well.
Whew. Yes, he does. And the guy pitching for us, his glove is probably still popping somewhere, because that echo is lingering.
Like the ghost of death is still out there floating around on the field.
I'm looking for somebody tonight. Who's it going to be?
True thoughts to hit middle on a pitcher. Too many circumstances. Too many... Not getting into it right now. I've covered it in 100 different podcasts.
I'm not very good at softball, so I don't know where the ball's going anyways.
No offense, I appreciate the question, but I just kind of beating a dead horse. Tournaments, you're there to win. You're not there to make friends. League, unless it's super competitive, stay away. I'm
still not very good at hitting softball, so where it goes is where it goes.
I did get a question that was kind of funny tonight on YouTube. So I put it on YouTube that I was going to be doing this, and to keep an eye on the Facebook page. And someone asked on the video, are you ticklish? Are you ticklish?
Yes, so ticklish.
You are? Where are you ticklish at?
I tell you this much, you poke me in the ribs right now, I'm liable to shart. Knock it off. I really want to find this line, and I can't.
How much videoing are you doing at Home Runs for Heroes?
2 fields, right?
Yeah, I mean, I got 2 cameras.
At least 2 fields worth, not including what you try and do with your phone.
Yeah, I'll have one with me. I'm probably just going to live the phones and put the camera next to it.
Okay.
But I'll have.
You have any short bungees for that? Like we saw there at NSA State?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I need to show you guys how to do that too. There's been a lot of questions on how I mount the GoPro to the backstop. I mean, it's just as easy as a GoPro clamp, just right there on the bar of the backstop.
If he can reach the bar.
But anyway, how much will I be recording Home Runs for Heroes? Like I said, I got 2 cameras, so I mean, I'll have one with my crew, and then the other probably just bouncing around field to field. Probably watching some of the competitive games as well. That should be over pretty quick. I want to make sure I catch the championship for that.
That ought to be a pretty good game.
Yeah. What are the longest home runs you guys have hit? I don't do distance claims.
It's not very far. I know that much. It's not over 400 feet. It's not over 370 feet.
Is Fireball a wise choice as a softball beverage while playing? Yes. That's always a wise choice.
I don't drink, so I don't know.
Katie, yep.
Why is she still here? I totally figured she was going to check out a while ago.
Oh, man, that's great. Gabe's wife is just like bombing this live feed right now. Padel says yes.
like yes, like Daniel Bryan, or either. Okay. Probably that game that I played with Doug there at Sun Valley, and I swung his booger.
Yeah, it was a pretty good one. Sun Valley should be named Rolling Hills. No, Rolling Infields.
It should be named Protect Your Face.
Yeah, it should be Don't Die. That's what the name of it should be. Best ball to break in a new bat. Depends on the bat. I'm going to go with Evil BP Rocket. I like hitting some of those to really wake a bat up. But best sauce for wings and what beer goes well with them? Parmesan, garlic, and any beer, preferably Miller Lite. Dave doesn't drink, so he has no answer to that.
The root variety.
Will you guys ever shave? I don't know. Dave thinks his beard is some kind of family heirloom.
I want it to get just a little bit longer. That's what she said. But I like somewhere there, right at my chest line.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just do what I want. I get tired of it, I mow it off.
Fave bat besides the Psycho. That's easy. It's a DC 41 because that's what I swing.
Freak 30.
More like the poop 30. Nope. Don't do it.
Well, busted a mom joke.
I know you did.
Have you hit any of next year's bats? Nope, because my life is not dope unless you want to count the Anarchy that comes out at the beginning of next year.
Count it. You got a prototype. Okay. What about the other one that you swung? The evil prototype.
No, it's too many outlying circumstances not happening.
Well, I remember the video that you posted, so
No, I don't think he's going to end up doing it. Why are the new mic and graphics so ugly? Because ugly bats.
Oh, man, I should be watching the Worlds. This is when they all swing those new bats.
Yeah.
And you can see everything for next year.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a single...
Whoops.
Man, send me some screenshots tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. I mean, they're all over all the Facebook pages, all the new bats and such.
Like I said, go ahead and just send me some screenshots.
Yeah. Have you seen the new Freak 30? Yeah, it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. It's like bright yellow.
Why did Philby decide to go with that?
I don't know, like highlighter yellow.
Ooh.
It's terrible.
But it's a 12-inch barrel still?
I'm sure.
12 and a half, whatever it is.
I'm sure.
Are they going to do another Freakdelic?
They did a white one. They did a white one after the black one.
Yeah.
Anything to sell a bat. I mean, just making as many exclusives as you want.
Okay, so then you had the black spiders. Did they make white spiders this time with the same graphic? I couldn't even think about doing that right now if I wanted to.
That's what I think of spiders.
The new DC looks dope. I hope it does. I'll probably own one.
The new DC does look good.
That smells terrible. Wrap this up.
What happened?
You!
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm walking away from the camera. It was great seeing you guys. Take care.
No, I don't think anybody heard it. Nobody acknowledged the fact that my butthole just yelled.
It did more than yell. It screamed.
Okay, well, anyway, Gabe's gone because I cut the cheese. Pieced together the end of this podcast here. So thanks for stopping in, checking this out. The subscribe button is like right down there somewhere. So if you haven't already, click on it. You can like this video, share it around, and you can comment wherever it's posted with anything you got to say or any questions or anything like that. Okay, bye now.